Is the KJV Bible a scam? So a lot of people don't like reading the King James Bible because it's too hard to read, too hard to understand, too hard for their young ones to pick up and read. But is that true? Is it really hard to read? Or is this just a cop-out from people that don't want to read the King James Bible for whatever reason? Online it says the NIV is for 8th graders, the NASB is for 6th graders, the TEV is for 7th graders, and the KJV is for 5th graders. KJV, out of these four, is the easiest to read. The KJV has less letters per word, less words per sentence, smaller percentage of long words. I'm going to read a couple scriptures to show you guys the difference between Bibles. Seeing then that we have such hope, we use great plainness of speech. Therefore, since we have such hope, we use great boldness of speech. Therefore, since we have such a hope, we are very bold. Now, the NIV kind of changes the whole story. I mean, Paul was trying to say we use great plainness of speech. And the NIV just says we're very bold. So the NIV takes a lot out of the sentence, and I'm not very comfortable with that. So you can pick whatever Bible you want to read. But for me, I choose King James Bible because I grew up with it, and when I go to other translations, I see stuff taken out, and me being a writer, I don't like that. I don't like things being taken out from the original. I mean, King James Bible is not the original, but it's the original to me because I grew up with it. So when I see other translations and I'm like, wait a second, that didn't happen like that. It makes me kind of angry. It's kind of like reading my favorite book and seeing a rewrite of it, and they reworded everything and it sounds completely different. I'm not comfortable with that. NIV says, "What shall we say then? Shall we go on sinning so that grace may increase? By no means. We are those who have died to sin. How can we live any longer?" So the King James says, "What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? God forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein?" They took by no means instead of God forbid. God forbid is huge to me. God forbid. By no means is kind of very like, by no means, don't do that, you know? But when it says God forbid, that is something big. That's huge to me. So by no means do I think the King James Bible is a scam. Read the King James and read other translations and put them side by side and see which one you think takes out a lot. And the reason why I say put it side by side with the King James Bible is because the King James Bible is older than a lot of these translations. So I think it's very safe to say that we need to go back to the King James Bible when we're doing a study of what translation is more accurate today. So with that in mind, go do your study, pray about it, and if you have anything you want to share with me about this topic, comment below. I'm curious. I want to hear all your guys' opinions. But so far, I'm going to read the King James Bible till I die.